Good morning, everyone. Hey, can you hear me, everyone? My voice is audible. Up to yesterday, right? We discussed about the uh, theoretical concepts related to this Power BI. Today onwards, we will get started on the practicals. Okay, so kind of a practical and as well as little bit theoretical on the topics. Okay, so we are going to work on the Power Query Editor with one of the best practices and report development also. Okay. So the query editor level, if you're observing, these are the best practices on the data preparations part. Like we have to rename the columns once the data has been imported. We can delete some columns which is not required, and also we can try to promote the first row. Maybe if there is no proper column headers, we can try to promote the column headers as well. So important activities, the data preparations part. So each and every example wise we will discuss, and also I will share you this documentation like the working file, okay, the Excel file or else whatever the file I'm going to share it. Please try to open it and let me know if there is any challenges or else issues. Okay, just now to your mailbox, right? I have shared one of the document. Okay, please try to download it. Session 4. Everyone, please try to download session 4 documentation. Just now I have shared it. Please try to download it. So here the expectation is we are going to start extracting the data as a part of the development, right? We have to extract the data, and before that we have to understand, analyze the what information we are going to extract it. Correct? We have to analyze it first. Which data set it is, which format it is, what type of a format that we are going to extract it. Once that has been done, we are going to do the data transformation activities. Everyone received the document or not? Please respond in the chat box. Session 4. This one. Just now session. Download all three together. This is important. We are going to extract the data from an XLS file format worksheet, and the file name is credit card defaulters. So what is this defaulters means? The people who are not paying their credit card bills on time, right? There is some limitation, there is some time. If you are using the credit cards, we have to pay the bills on the next month, some limited time period, right? So that information we are going to extract it. Okay, I will open the data set and I will explain it. And before that, please try to download these three files. Okay, in that XLS is important and remain into a reference file. Okay. See here, I have opened an Excel file and the name is credit card defaulters. We have a sheet one here, only one sheet available. If you're observing the data, right, ID information is there, and for each and every ID, there is some limit balance. So there is some limitations, right? For the credit cards also, there is some limit like 25,000, 30,000, like 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh. This is the limit, correct? Like that, we have a limit underscore balance information is there. Gender, because I have downloaded this data set from an there, okay, banking details. So they're providing in a generic number like this. Gender, they're trying to represent in the form of one or two category. See here, one or two. But if you are sharing this report to the business user, he don't know what is one, what is two. We have to give a proper values. Maybe one for female, two for male, something like that. Understand? So like that, we have one more column, educational level. So there are four categories, one, two, three, four. As I said, this information I had downloaded from the Banking system. They're providing in a numbering format. Okay. We have to define the proper value. One for maybe the high school, two for college, three for postgraduate, four for something like others. Okay. And one more status, whether they have been married or else single or else not. So one, two, three, the idea, I mean like backend data source system, it has been referred in the form of one, two, three. We have to define the proper status, like one for single, two for married, three for others. Understood? And the another column here, age column. So from which age to the, what is the highest level of age? We can easily get it, the details from here, age details, age factor. Got it? And remaining all columns are something like pay underscore 0, 2, 3, and so on. We are not going to use these column pay underscore 0, 3, 4, 5 until the 6. And we need the right information only, like defaults payment for the next month, whether the people are going to pay or not. We need this column and the which state that belongs to. Okay, the last column, Z column, we require. And remaining in between columns like a bill payment as well as the pay underscore 0, 1, 2, 3, and 2, 6 is not required. We have to remove this unwanted columns. Okay. And the final expectation should be something like the final visualization should be something like we have to build this way. Okay, credit card defaulters report based on gender as well as the educational level wise, we have to showcase the credit card defaulters based on the age. We have to visualize it. We have a state information. So state wise, we have to showcase the visual. So highest to the lowest, who is the highest defaulters, which state we have the highest defaulters, credit card defaulters, which state is the lowest. We have to visualize it. And gender wise, we have to showcase whether the male or a female category who is having more defaulters. We have to visualize it based on the status also. If you are observing this chart based on the status also, we have to visualize master status. Okay. And some slices I have provided in the down corner, right side down corner. State is the slices and some important metrics, important card visuals. Understood? Shall we develop this report now? Everyone, if you are okay, understand about the data set, we can start doing the data extractions and cleansing. It's a very, very basic report development. Are we ready? I hope everyone get downloaded this. Please try to download. Okay. I will explain the step by step and later part, please try to work. Okay. Complete the assignment. Share it back to me. Okay. You can send an email to me. Not the PBX file. I'm expecting the snapshots. This snapshot in the query editor and one snapshot at Power BI desktop level visualization. Two snapshot I'm expecting from you. Okay. Just giving some important information here. So how we are going to download this PPT also attached there. So here are the tasks. So to build this report development, right, first we need to import the data. replace the values of education level, status, and gender with a valid info. So you'll get some queries like how we are going to know one for single or one, I mean two for married. So this information we are going to receive via business requirement document. Okay. So in the backend data source, they have represent the value in the form of 1, 2, 3, 4 categories. So how can we define one for this category, two for another, something like that? We will get to know from business requirement document. We will receive a documentation for that. Okay, requirement document. From there, they can mention. So this particular field entity and this is the values. These are the values. So something like that, we will get in the documentation. Based on that, we have to change the values in Power BI Desktop. Okay. And we have to remove the unwanted information. So that is a task 4. And do the performance like a transformation of this extracted or else connected tables and get started the building the visualization. So like default is by education level, default is by slicers and states, we have to project it. Okay, fine. Let me extract the data set first. See here, I hope everyone able to open this Power BI desktop and whoever not able to open MacBook, Akhil, he asked me to share the process, right? I will share it today. Okay, just now I received your mail ID. I will share it today. So please try to use that approach and let me know if there is any challenges. Okay. See here, this is the front end view. So once you open your Power BI desktop, you can see this is the view. And we will call it as a pages. Okay, page 1, 2, 3, and so on. We can try to use, we can develop the reports and multiple pages as well. On left hand side, these are very important tabs or else views. By default, you are observing currently report view. Okay. And the connected or else extracted data we can observe in this data view. Okay. The data number of columns or else the total number of records or else maybe if you are trying to build a model, we can try to do that activities in data view. And lastly, we are calling it as a model building. Okay. So how we are going to extract it? So in center, if you're observing some quick data source connections, like if I want to import the data from an Excel, I can use it just to select it. You can see some hand button, right? You can just select it and we can import the required Excel file too. So some quick source connections are available here. Okay. Import data from SQL Server. Maybe my source system, that database source system is an SQL Server. I can click this one. I can make use of this quick data source extraction. Like that, paste data into the blank table. Maybe if you want to create a static or else a reference table, you can select it. And my data is available in some text or else some notepads. I can just copy and paste this and create the new table on my own. Okay, that's another option. Okay, static or reference table. When you are installing this Power BI desktop, they are providing a sample data set. Try a sample data set, which is nothing but whenever it is getting installed on your laptop, by default, they are providing for our practice one sample file. Okay, that is name is financial sample in the form of XLS format, Excel format. Load sample data. You can see the information here. See this financial sample.excel file. In C drive, wherever the file, I mean this particular Power BI desktop has been installed, this financial sample also be available. So for our practice, we can try to make use of this financial data set. Okay. Other than that, other than these 4, where is the other source system? So here, get data from another source system other than the above 4. You want to get imported from new source system, you can select get data. Select it. So you can see it here, other than these 4, more than, as I said, right, 100 plus data source system, we can get connected from this. Okay, see, these are all source systems only. So some of the beta versions are there. Some of the third-party connected device we have to get connected. Some of the Azure, like a cloud-based applications, we can try to connect, and SAP warehouse also. So instead of searching in this manner using this vertical scroller, you're observing, right? Vertical scroller. What I will do in real-time prospect, what I will do is I will search here. Maybe I want to get connected to the Postgres. Search there. Postgres SQL database. Select it, connect. You have to provide the server details. And also, if you want to fine tune the query, we can write the query also here. Here we need to write the statements if required. Okay, if you want to filter some data, here in this scenarios, we have to write the statements. Okay. Let me show you one more time. Get data from another source. Yeah, either if you want to see the file wise, source wise segregation files, these are the file source system. Databases, these are all databases. SQL Server, Access DB is a database, IBM DB2 is a database, and Postgres is also a database. And Power Platform, if you are trying to connect to the Dataverse or else a CRM dynamic application, we have to make use of Power Platform source system. Live source systems also we can get connected from here. And Azure environment wise, so Azure's data source system, we can get connected from this Azure source systems part. Okay, these are all the Azure database source systems. Like online source systems, online database source systems like SQL, SharePoint line, or SharePoint list wise, we have to get connected. SharePoint folder wise, we can get connected, and Dynamics 365 Centrals and so on. Okay. Other than that, we have other source systems too, which is naming as Internet Explorer, OData Feed, Open Data Protocol, PySpark, and Hive source system, Python scripting also we can try to get it extracted. Okay. Instead of navigating in a segregation manner, you can search it from here. Okay, like this. Got it? That is coming under others category. That is coming under Power Platform, Dataverse. You can search from here. Okay. Fine. Now we are going to extract the data from an Excel file, right? Excel source system, file source system. Here. Other than in the center mark, you can see the same option here. Get data, same. Whatever the source system it is trying to provide. From here, the home tab, get data also we can observe the different source systems too. Database source systems. We can get it extracted. Got it? And here it is the quick data connectivity. Excel workbook or else SQL Server, entering the data, Dataverse. I mean, as per the current usage, they're providing very quick data source systems here. Okay. So another important thing, how can we get to know when the new features or else the preview feature or else latest version will be get available? So if you're observing help tab here, about, so I'm still using the March 2023 release. I'm still using March 2023 release. Maybe at your end, you can check it. It is showcasing it as an August 2023. Yes or no? Can you please check it? Here, help tab, click on this, about which version or else which latest build we are using. Can you please check it? Is that an August 2023 or else older versions? So monthly basis, as I said, monthly basis, there is some new features will be get released. We have to notify. So how can we get it notified? So if you are observing update is available, click to download. Down corner, right hand side, down corner, you can see update available, click to download. So from here we will get to notify. Okay, I'm still using March 2023 release. Maybe I want to new installation. I want to get it installed. I can select it. Just to select it on the top of it, just try to tab it. Okay. So from here, we can try to see what are the new features. Download Power BI Desktop. Okay. So these are all new features only, which has been added. Preview features, on object interaction updates, and so on. These are all new features in the data connectivity wise, as well as new visuals adding addition. All the new features will be, you can see it from here. So Microsoft team, what they are trying to do is monthly basis, they can try to add some new features at each and every level, visualization level, connectivity part, modeling part, services part. So how can we get it added in the sense as per the community, Power BI community is there, as per the issues that we have to rise, we are rising there. They will try to work on that. Microsoft team will be working on the backend part. Okay, as per the votes and the posts that we have been done. Based on that, they can try to release on the next monthly basis. Okay, it should be released on the monthly basis. So here, how this option is getting available, update available, click to download. Can you please try to check it? Go to the files, click on the files, import it, click on the files, select the file, options and settings in your Power BI desktop application. I'm showcasing one more time. File, options and settings. Options, select the options. A dialog will be pop up now. It's a dialog. Window will be pop up. See here, in the globalization part, you can see some updates. Updates. Here, global updates. If it is disabled, if it is not selected at your end, please try to enable it. Is that enabled or else disabled at your end? Can you please check it and confirm to me? Is that update notification is enabled or else disabled at your end? Enabled? Good. So this notification will help you to see the latest updates. It's a disabled, right? Some people are having disabled it. So please try to enable it so that you can get the notification, a kind of an image, I mean something note, update available, click to download. So whenever you're selecting this option, right, it will navigate you to the web, and from there you can download the latest releases. Okay, please enable it and click OK. Close your Power BI desktop application and reopen it, just like a restart your Power BI desktop application, so that the changes will be get modified. Okay. Everyone following, right? Everyone, please respond in the chat box. Before working on the file, right, we have to do these activities. We have to configure some activities. Enable it and close your Power BI desktop application, reopen it. Yes, that's what I'm saying. You have to change it, right? You have to select OK, close your Power BI desktop application, reopen it. That one also I'm going to tell you now. Please wait, Gaurav. I'm going to discuss that part also. Next one, see here some configurations we have to do it. This options and settings and options part. Okay. Next important one, select the preview feature. Here, select the preview feature. These are all new features which has been released. Okay, some are older features or are preview features that are there. Shape map visualization, long back it has been released as per the GDPR policy. Still it is a preview feature. So map visualization. So map visualization part, particular restrict, I mean, like particular country information, particular chart we want to visualize it. then we have to enable the shape map visual. Long back, this feature has been released. Still, it is the preview feature. As per the GDPR policies, some countries map visualization they are accepting. Some countries they are putting some restrictions. So that's why still it is a preview feature only. Okay. So this preview feature, as per the customer and as well as the developer utilization, they can release it as a general availability. Okay, general in the sense, I mean public availability. Okay, still it is a preview feature. So to get this options, right, please try to enable all important one. I will explain, maybe if time permits, we'll explain these things. Okay, anyway, we are going to work. So here, if you are observing the visualizations tab on the right hand side, please try to enable on object interaction. This is important. Okay, on object interaction. Okay, which one is not available to you? Web. So I'm still using old version, right? Maybe it is not available to you. I'm using March 2023 release. Maybe you are using latest version, August, correct? So as I said, right, these are all preview features. Sometimes as per the customer usage, they can release it or else they will revoke back. That's what I said. Okay, they will not release it. They will remove from here. So in that, yes, you are using 2023 means this is the latest one. On object interaction is the latest. You can enable this one. Okay, some important features are there. We have to enable it. Enhance row level security. This one also you can enable it. This is important. Row level security part, we have to do some new features. This has been done. Try to enable it. So this is also important. Shape map. Try to enable the shape map here. This is important. Whatever I'm trying to convey, those things, please try to enable it. And Azure map visualization, please try to enable it. So based on the Azure, like navigating from one end to another end, like a flow map, we will get it by using Azure map visualization, geospatial map. Okay, enable it. Sparkline, like a curvy edges wise info, please try to enable. No problem. Azure map not available, please ignore it as of now. Okay, maybe they have released in a public release. Okay, you can see it. I will showcase to you. Sparklines, try to check the sparklines. And next one is relationship editing in properties pane. Please try to enable this one. This one, relationship editing in properties pane and field parameters here. Field parameters and on object interaction and row level security. This is well and good. We are good to go. Is that clear, everyone? Okay, ignore it, no problem. If you don't have that means, because I'm still using the March 2023 release, so you just ignore it. That means it has been released either generally or they have been removed. Okay, the changes has been back, sent back. Up to this part is clear. Shall we move to the next topic? Options part. Is that clear? One more important configuration we have to enable. Clear to you? Coming to the current file here. Current file, regional settings. Regional settings. Try to check your locally for import. For the data import, some countries, no problem. You can just ignore it. Okay. In this one is enabled, right? On object interaction is enabled. If yes, that is well and good. This is fine. On object interaction enabled, and field parameters, check it. Row level security, check it. And the first one, this is important, shape map, check it. Maybe this Azure map visual has been released. I mean, general availability. It is also long back the feature has been released. Now they have been released it as in generally public availability. Okay. Those things are fine, well and good. Okay. And coming to this next important configuration, regional settings. Try to enable English United States, okay, wherever, because maybe some countries they will follow like decimal points, right? Example, some sales information is there. Some countries they will follow instead of a dot as a decimal, they will follow a comma separator. So we have to make sure that our extracted information should be a consistency, like a same format, right? Numbers, and some countries they follow the date format with year, month, and day. In India, we will follow the date format with day, month, year, right? So we have to extract, I mean, the data should be something very different, right? We don't know how the regional countries they are following. So we have to, once you get imported the file source system, it should be consistent, right? The date should be consistent. So make it as a consistency. Please make sure that locally from input, English United States. Okay, English United States. So why only English United States means? Because in our laptop, right? See here, the laptop configuration. The date format we are following is United States format. Okay, regional format setting is United States. So how we will get to know this United States? Regional format is United States means, see here, right click, adjust date and time. Here you can observe, see this, language and region, select it. Regional settings, see this. Regional format is English United States. Suppose, example, your laptop, okay, your mission has been configured with English India. English India. Your laptop with regional configuration with English India. Try to configure the same Power BI desktop application, also the regional settings, English India. Following, right? By default, your Power BI application will come up with an English United States. We need to configure, change these settings as per the numbers that we are extracting, the date formats we are going to import. We have to maintain the consistency with the laptop regional settings with your Power BI desktop regional settings. Try to maintain the same, okay, English United States. So here in my laptop, as well as my Power BI desktop application, I'm following the same regional format. Understood? Any clarity required? Is that clear? This is very, very important. We have to configure. Otherwise, you don't know these regional formats, right? We don't know. Sometimes in this file, there is a date file format. Date is there. If I'm following something different approach, where I'm trying to import, it throws an error. The format is not matching. Please try to change the locally region settings. It will ask you. So maintain the consistency. That's what the agenda. Clear to everyone, or else you want me to tell some more things related to this? Is that clear? Others, please try to respond. Please try to configure English United States. If you are following your laptop configuration, this English United States. If your laptop configured with English India, please try to check and change English India. It is available here. Okay, you don't need to worry. Here. English India. Here. You have to configure English India only. As per the dates, that we have been projected in the laptop. Whenever you are trying to import, it showcases the same format. Okay. This is another important one. Okay. Select OK. Close your Power BI desktop application. Okay. Close your Power BI desktop application. Reopen. That is nothing but you are trying to restart your Power BI desktop application. Don't restart your laptop. Restart only Power BI desktop application. Clear to everyone? Respond, please. Okay, man. Let's get started with this data extraction. So I have a file which is in the format of an Excel credit card defaulters that is available in some location. So in this particular path, see this. So in this location, my credit card defaulters Excel file is available, Microsoft Excel worksheet. I'm going to extract this file. Okay, let me close it before. I have analyzed the Excel file. I'm closing this file. So what will happen? What happen if I can try to extract once our file is already open? What happen if I can try to extract it? See here, this is important. If you are trying to extract the Excel file, Excel workbook, and provide the path, file location, see this credit card defaulters, the file is already in use. Okay, we have to close it. We have to close the Excel worksheet. We just analyze the file. What are the required fields? What are the importance of that data file? We have to close it because it's a file source system. It's already open. It's throwing an error. The file is already in use. Please close the backend file. We have to close it. Why you have to change it to English India? Not required, right? What about the configuration? Here, your laptop date settings. Is that English US or else something different? Here, regional format. Is that English United States? Then why we need to change it? Not required, right? Your laptop has been configured English United States, and this is the date format. Their format is month, day, year. United States format. Our Indian format is something like first we have to follow day, month, year. First day, hyphen, month, hyphen, year. And your Power BI is also by default configured with English United States, not required. No need to change. Okay. Let me re-extract the file. See here, I'm just trying to select the credit card defaulters, open. Select open. So whenever if you're trying to connect, either it is a file source system or else a database source system, we will get a navigator window. Okay, for any source system, we will see a dialog with a navigator. So which source system you are trying to extract? I'm extracting the XLS file format. In that, one of the sheet one information is providing. So on the right hand side, you can observe the data ID, limit, balance. With some records, as a preview feature, there is some limitation. We can observe the info on the right hand side here. Okay. So what we will do? So by default, you can see some load option, and there is one more option named called transform data. So what happens if you can try to load it directly? See here, it is already highlighted, right, with a dark green color. What happens if you can try to load it directly? Load it. Click on the load. Load it. That means we are trying to load this particular sheet 1 information to your Power BI desktop application. It's getting loaded. Sheet 1 information is loading to your Power BI desktop. And you can see on the right hand side, the data part here, right hand side data part, sheet 1. So these are all the fields. Sorry. These are all the fields that has been available or else visible to you on the Excel, right? And I want to see the data now. So what are the required fields? What are the info that has been available? I want to see the data, Excel file. So I just have a query. I'm expecting answers from you. Can I open the Excel file one more time, or else is there any approach to view the data in this application in Power BI Desktop? Can someone please help me? So to see the data, I have to open the Excel file again, or is there any approach to view the data, the sheet one information? You have to tell. Good. You don't need to see or else open the Excel file again. You already imported, right? You already imported. You had to copy the data into this Power BI. You can see the data in this data view. Why you are going to open it again? Not required. So this is what the backend source system is. Get available ID, limit balance, gender, education level, status, and so on. These are the fields that we have. And the last tab, as of now, it is not required. Whenever if you are extracting multiple tables, we need to build some visualization. So as of now, modeling part we need to do at the time. As of now, if we are working with one single table, it's not required to work on this model tab. Okay. I will do that. As of now, transform data I haven't extracted. Let me showcase you again how I am going to extract the table. Okay, is that clear? Is that okay to everyone? I'm showcasing one more time. I'm deleting the file. There's a blank file, okay, blank. There is no information. Add data to your report. I haven't added any data now. I haven't added any data. As of now, I have to import some file from the backend, the path which I have showcased to you. Excel workbook. Click on this. Credit card defaulters. Open. You'll get a dialog. You have to select here the checkbox. Square box is there, right? You have to enable it. Common mistakes are some people will select it here. They will ask me why I'm not able to see the load and transform data. You have selected agree, but you haven't enabled it. We have to enable so that you can see load and transform data options. Clear, everyone? Shall we load it? You have to enable it. So I'm directly loading. I'm not using as of now the transform data, but that is the best practices. What as a newbie, what happen if you can try to load it to the Power BI desktop? But the best practices is we have to select the transform data. Okay, I will tell you how we are going to do that in the next examples. But if I'm supposed to load and the data information is available, data tab is there here. The right hand side data sheet web. And these are all the fields. Okay, fields. And I can observe my data in this data view with 30,000 records. In the sheet when we have 30,000 records, and these are all the fields. ID, limit, balance, gender, and so on. Fine. Suppose, example, as I said, I'm the new to this Power BI desktop application I have imported, okay? If I'm trying to build the visualization, I will ask you some queries from my side. I'm selecting some chart. See this? Maybe I want to build a visualization based on like educational level wise, okay? Education level wise. Credit card defaulters. Maybe I'll just try to choose something like this. And the x-axis credit card defaulters. It's a question to you. Okay. Can you understand? I mean, suppose you are the business owner. Can you understand what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. If I can try to showcase in this way, is that agree? What is one? You will get a question. First question is what is one? What is 2? I don't know. 3, I don't know. 4 is, I don't know. What is the category 4? Assume that you are the business owner. If I'm representing the visualization as a developer in this format, maybe let me change the visualization format here. Add or build visual to some other visualization to this. If I can try to visualize in this way, is that acceptable? 1, 2, 3, 4. You will ask me a question, right? As a business owner, what is one? I don't know. You have to define the right naming conventions, right? Others, please respond. Just to think about the business owner prospect. You know, as a developer, you know what is 1, 2, 3, 4. But the business owners, they don't know, right? They don't know. They want the right naming conventions. What is 1? 1 stands for maybe the high school. 2 stands for there is some categorical fields, right? 2 stands for maybe the higher next level of education, college, graduate, 3 for graduate, and 4 for others. If you can define in this way, then they will understand, okay, this level of category is having higher defaulters. This categorical field is having higher defaulters. So in that way, we have to project, not as like extracted data and building the visualization. So how we are going to do that activity, where we are going to perform that activity. See here, this is important. I have loaded the file and it is available here. I cannot change like replace value or else something. In Excel, we can do that. 1 replace with something, 2 replace with another category. Don't perform that activity in this data. Anyway, it is not going to allow. We have to perform these changes. Okay, we have to perform the changes at one more tab. Okay, data cleansing activities we have to perform. A tab name called transform data, which you are observing on the home tab. Here it is, transform data. If you can, there is a small down arrow. If you are observing, there is a small down arrow underneath of it. Transform data next to it. Transform data, data source settings. What this do? Transform data will get open and another window, Power Query Editor. See this? It's get open with a Power BI desktop and Power Query Editor. And what about the data source settings? See here, data source settings is nothing but which source you have been connected. So where the file have been imported. Suppose if I'm connecting to the SQL server, which database you have been connected, that information will be get hold here on the data source settings part. Okay. So as of now, I want to navigate to the transform data. I can directly select in the middle. So here itself, I can select. I don't need to open this. I can select at the top itself. Select it. So it will get open a Power Query Editor window. So here this is very, very important. So here we are going to spend our time for the data cleansing part. On the back end Excel, right, it is showcasing as a sheet 1, the first activity, the important area, key areas that we have to identify this Power Query Editor part. Left hand side, queries, we are going to call queries is nothing but table information. Sheet 1 as of now, that one we are going to call it as a query in Power Query Editor level. Query or table or entity. Got it? So I want to give a proper naming convention. Instead of a sheet 1, I want to define credit card dataset, credit defaulters dataset. Double select, select it, or else right click on the top of it, rename it. Okay, double click here or right click because I want to give a proper naming convention which maybe my team member has to be read in a proper way, right? Instead of a sheet 1, if I'm providing a proper naming convention, that will be helpful to others too, right? Instead of a sheet 1, I'm just trying to provide a right name of this table. Double click here, credit defaulters dataset. Is that readable? Understand, right? Maybe after some days, right, in my absence, if my colleague or as a team member, he can try to open this report, he can easily understand this is the credit card defaulters data set. So what is the name? If you can provide is a sheet one, it's not right way. Correct? Everyone, I'm expecting the responses, please. Left hand side in Power Query Editor, we will call it as a queries. And center, this one is the canvas. The data canvas which you are observing. So what are the fields that we have? What is the data type? If you are observing 1, 2, 3 stands for, see here, whenever I'm trying to just to select it, you can see the different data types like a decimal, fixed decimal, whole number. Maybe if there is a percentage, will be get allocate the percentages and so on. Okay, here you have to select. This is the column header name of this. You have to select it here, corner, left hand side corner. So these are all the data types. Okay, in center you are observing the data, and coming to the right hand side, important key areas we are discussing now in Power Query Editor. Key areas, right hand side, if you are observing, maybe after some days you want to change the naming convention, or else you want to change the name of the data set, you can do that activity here also. Here, either in the left hand side or right hand side. Left hand side, you have to do that, right click and rename it, or else double click. Right hand side, you can just try to select whatever the name it is available, data, something like this. It should be reflect. Got it? Please observe first and then later you can do that activity. My suggestion is that credit default as data set. This is very, very important. Applied steps. So what about this applied steps? Applied steps is nothing but whatever the data transformations that you have performed on this data set, that will be listed here. So applied steps is nothing but a recording the data transformation or else data activities that you have performed. First, I have imported the file from this location. There is a wheel. If you are observing the source, there is a wheel option is there. Settings at the end, right? Wheel. If you can try to select it, just to select it, normal select, you can see from which location you have been imported the file. This is the file path. I have imported the file from this location, and the file format is an Excel workbook. And the next one is, next step is nothing but I have selected from the sheet one. So which source system, how many sheets are there, which file you have been imported. Maybe if there is sheet 2, 3, 4, 5 means you can see that is sheet 1 has been imported, sheet 1. Okay, navigation. And the next two steps are automated steps. Promote header change data type detection is an automated step. So basically, if you are observing, our data set is also having some empty row, empty record. Okay, complete row is empty. What Power BI is doing is, Power BI, it is trying to promote your first row, this row as a column header. So as backend, there is an A-based engine, Power Query engine is running. Instead of referencing column 1, 2, 3, and so on, it is trying to promote your first record. This one, ID, limit, balance, gender. It is trying to promote your first row as a column header. That is the next step. See this. So now you can tell me, if it is not detected the promoting header, is this the right column headers? Is this the right naming conventions for each and every column? You can tell me. If it is not detected in an automated way, is this column 1, 2, 3, and so on, is that a right naming conventions? No, right? Otherwise, you have to each and every time, you have to select the column, you have to rename it. That's what we have to perform. Suppose if I have 100 columns, I have to perform the activity 100 times. Here in this example, I have 26 columns here down. If you have to observe my cursor point. 26 columns are there. 26 columns are there. More than 999 plus rows. That means more than 30,000 as per the data view, right? So automatically it is trying to promote the first row as the column header. After that, Power Query engine, as I said, it's an A-based. It is trying to detect as per the values on each and every column. It is trying to detect the data type. So it is not a ABC123 data type. It is a number. It's a number, right? It's not an ID with ABC123 data type. It's also a number. So it is trying to detect the data types. The next transformation is a change type or change data type detection. So you can see the form editor here. So this is the form editor. You can open it. So for each and every column, it is trying to detect a data type. Okay. So these two steps are automated steps. Okay. Fine. Next, up to this part is clear, or else you want me to hold some time? Want me to wait? Up to this part is clear to you? Response, please. Clear, right? Now coming to the data. So we will try to perform the data cleansing and then we will start. Later part, we will define the visualization in the change type. So example, if I don't have any change type is nothing but it's an automated step. Okay. These two steps are automated step. Change type is nothing but data type detection. So if you are not performing this change type, assume that you are in the promoting header. So this is not a ABC123 data type, right? It's a number. Gender is a number. It's holding the information like 1 and 2 number. So by default, it is giving the data type as an ABC123 text on the number combination. We have to define the dedicated. Okay, as per the data availability, we have to define the dedicated or else right data type. It's a number means number, which is a whole number or else it is a decimal number also fine. So what it is doing, it is trying to detect the data type. Change data type is that another transformation. It is trying to, as per the data availability, it is trying to detect 1, 2, 3 is a whole number. See this 1, 2, 3 is a whole number. There is no text information. It's a whole number. Like that, it is trying to define. Clear to you now? I will tell you later, Priya, what it is validity, error, empty. I will tell you later that part. But as of now, please, whatever the configuration it is there, we will follow it. Okay. Later part, I can showcase to you how to enable that option. I hope it is clear now, right? Fine. We will perform the data transformation activities today. Tomorrow, maybe we'll try to build the visualization. Okay, we'll work on the visualizations part. Got it? So the next important one, ID I require, ID column I want. Limit balance is an important column I want. And gender, if you're observing 1 and 2 categories are there, I want to define in a proper way, which is a readable format. So one, maybe assume that as per the document, assumption, okay, assume that as per the document, 1 for female and 2 for male. So how to replace it? We cannot select here and try to replace. We have a transformation for that. See this, right click on the top of this gender. These are all the data transformations only. Okay, like maybe if you want to remove the other columns or else maybe if you want to duplicate the column, we can perform. So here we have to identify the right transformation. Now you can tell me, I have the number in this gender part 1 and 2. If you can try to select the right click, which transformation will be helpful? General naming convention as per the available transformation. Which one we are going to use it? You can tell. Which transformation you are going to use it? Responses, please. In this list of transformation, which transformation you are going to use it? Is that a rename or else a replace? Where is the edit? I don't know. Where is the edit here? So here I want to replace the value of 1 with female, 2 with male. Then I have a name here, right? Replace value. Correct? Replace value. Select it. Select it what you want to do. One with female. It throws an error to me. So it is trying to detect some alert notification. You are not able to replace it. There is no OK option. Why it is coming? Simple examples. These are all very important on the interview prospect. Please respond. Why I'm not able to replace it? One, this particular value, I'm not able to replace it with the female category. Why so? Why? Fine, no problem. I will tell you. See here, the data type detection is an automated step, correct? So it is trying to detect the data type as per the data availability. So 1 and 2, which is, yes, correct. It is 1, 2, 3, which is nothing but a whole number. It's a number format, number data type. 1, 2, 3 is a whole number. Correct. So what you are trying to do now, you want to replace it. Replace it with what? Replace it with a textual data. You replace one with female. That means text. Is that possible? Is that possible to convert from one to text? No. First, you have to change the data type from 1 to 3 to the text data type. This is what you have to perform. So, though it is a dynamic way of representation, dynamic data type detection, but as per our requirement, we have to change the data type from whole number to the text. Replace correct. Okay, with this particular categorical field, I'm trying to replace gender from whole number to the text. Now I can perform that activity. Right click, replace value 1 with female. Okay, there is no issues. Select OK. One more time. See here, whenever I'm trying to perform that activity, right? You can see now 2 and female, sorry, 2 and female. One I have just replaced with the female, right? These are the categories that are available. See this. And also the same transformation, it has been reflected on your applied steps. So whatever the steps or else an activity that you are performing, it's get recorded on your right hand side. So on the data part, if you are performing some activity, it will be get recorded on your applied steps area. One more time, I have to replace 2 also with another category. Right click, replace value 2 with male. Got it? It's getting recorded. 2 times I have performed the replace value. So now it is very clear, male and female categories available. Is the readable format? Everyone, response please. I will take some more time and then I will stop. Okay, is that fine, right? I will take some more time as per this. Okay, data transformation I will complete and then I will stop. Sorry for taking long time. Education level, another field. If you are observing 4 categories that we have, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you can tell me if I'm trying to replace 1 with maybe high school, 2 with graduate, 3 with postgraduate, and 4 for others. How many times the step will be recorded on the right hand side? Applied step. How many times that will be reflected? How many times I need to perform that activity? Replace transformation. Replace transformation. It is a transformation. We are trying to give the meaningful data now. So if I'm trying to use the replace value transformation, this is the transformation. I have to perform that activity 4 times. 1 for one category, 2 for another category, 3 for another, 4. 4 times it has been get recorded. So either I can perform the replace transformation or one more way to do that. So see here, this is very, very important. I'm not going to disturb this educational level, this particular column. I want to add, by taking the reference of this educational level, I want to add a new column. Okay, by taking the reference of this education, I'm going to define a new column. So get this done here. Next to the home tab, transform tab is there, multiple transformations you are going to observe. add column tab is there, add column. So I'm going to take this add column tab based on the condition, educational level condition 1. I want to replace it with some category. So conditional column I'm going to define. Click on this conditional column, add column, conditional column. So which column you want to give? Try to give us some meaningful name, column name, new column name, educational level. Okay. Column name is educational level, and the operator, the condition I'm going to use, equal operator, value is 1. Output, I'm expecting it as a high school. Okay. See here, I'm trying to add one more class because we have 4 different conditions. Instead of using the replace value transformation, with the help of add column, I'm going to perform that activity one time only. Okay, within one single transformation, I'm going to perform it. Add class, educational level equals to try to represent something like a graduate. Okay. One more class, if condition, level 3, postgraduate. And for 4 category, last category, I'm not defining. I'm just trying to represent. Other than these 3 and the others, maybe if there is more than 3, I just want to project it as an others. Others education, others. Select it, select OK. Everyone following or not? Please tell me. 4 times, right? If you are trying to use the replace transformation 4 times, each and every condition, you have to replace with high school, graduate, postgraduate, others. So instead of performing that activity 4 times, and the steps will be recorded here, with one single transformation, I'm trying to generate the output. That is nothing but add column. And here I'm trying to choose the right column, that is the educational column, education level. Operator is equals to 1, 2, 3. Okay, with one single transformation, I'm going to perform and generate a new column on this table. This is my table now. One new column has been added at the end of this column. See this state column. Now you can tell me, is this category education level, is that a text data type or as a number data type? Now it's with chance. Is this the text information we are holding or as a number? What information we have? Data type is not ABC123. It's a text information. Try to change the data type to the text. So it is also a transformation. See here. It's getting recorded. You have performed the conditional column. After that, you have performed the change data type detection. Got it? I hope everyone following. If you are stuck it somewhere, please tell me. Okay, I'm ready to repeat it. Now, you can tell me, is this column is required? Are we going to use this column in the visualization? See here, assume that these are the transformations I am performing, and I want to affect these transformations onto the Power BI desktop. That means I'm trying to use close and apply. Okay, close and apply. You can see in the data tab, educational level as well as educational LVL, 2 columns. See this data view. Educational level is there and educational LVL. Now you can tell me, is this column is required for our analysis? Is this one? Education level is required. Unwanted column, right? We are not going to use it. The visualization part, we are not going to use the educational level. Correct? We have to remove. You have to remove where? Not in the Power BI desktop. You have to remove that particular column in the query editor. Navigate back to the query editor. Select the transform data again. Here you can right click, remove this column, remove it. Not other columns, remove this selected column. What happens if you can use the remove other column means other than the educational level, you are trying to remove all other columns. See here. Okay, please, whenever you are performing the data transformation, we have to be more cautious. Okay, I'm just removing the last step here. See this, there is an into mark, right? Cancel this one. So remove this column, remove it. So the step has been recorded. Remove column. Okay, let's try to perform the status part as well. Add column, conditional column. We have three categories there. I'm giving the M status. Name, okay, naming convention, I'm providing it as an M status. Status equal to 1. Make it as a single, 1 for single. Status equal to 2, maybe married. And other than these two categories, I'm projecting it as an others. Okay. Select OK, so that a new column will be get added to your data set. Change the data type from ABC123 to the text data type. Okay, text. Now this column I'm trying to remove. Which column? Status column. Remove this column. Okay. Following, right? So whatever the activities we are performing on the connected table is getting recorded. The data transformation steps will be getting recorded on your right hand side. So these are all the data transformation steps. Still, some more columns are there like pay 0, pay 2, 3, 4, and so on. These columns are not required. I want to remove it. Okay, I just want to remove these columns except last 3 columns, last 4 columns. Between columns, I want to remove it. I don't want to use it on the visualization level. So how to perform that activity? See here, it's very important. Click on the home tab. Here we have a transformation name called choose column. Select it. I want to choose the column. So which columns are required, which columns are not required. I'm going to choose it here. Choose columns. See, the unselected, these columns are not required for my visualization. So that's why I'm trying to remove it. Remove it. These columns are not required, right? Why it is going to use it in the Power BI desktop? Remove it. If you remove these unwanted columns, you are trying to improve the report level performance as well as the performance of your visualizations too. Whenever the choosing part and all, you are trying to improve the performance of your report development. Okay, that's why I'm just trying to remove these unwanted columns, which is not required for my analysis. Select OK. Now, if you are observing, the transformation steps has been recorded. Remove other columns. 8 columns are visible to you. 8 important columns are visible. So these are the columns. So the center canvas, you can see the data ID, limit balance, gender, age, defaulters, state and education and mastery status. Okay. And in the choose column itself, we have one more option. Go to column means maybe I want to navigate to this particular column. It will be get selected. It's selection. It's a selection mechanism. Okay. Instead of using this horizontal scroller, I can make use of go to column. Which column we want to go? I want to go M status. Select it. Go to the column. Clear now? Everyone following? And the next activity, see here, next important activity is I want to reorder it. These columns has been newly added right after the state. I just want to arrange it next to the gender, education level, status. I want to make it as in some hierarchical order. So how we are going to do that? See here, hold this education level, hold it, use the control button, hold it, just select this, hold this education level, drag and drop to the next to the gender. Like this we can move. Okay, reordering the column. I'm just trying to reorder it. Okay, again, see this. I'm holding that particular last column, drag and drop onto the next where you want to place. Maybe I want to place it next to the education level, just try to place it. So that is also one more transformation, data transformation. Okay. Maybe now I just want to rename it education level. So maybe it's not a meaningful LVL. Just try to rename it. Double click level, rename the column. So that is also getting recorded, renamed. Okay, this will make it as it is. Okay, so these are the data transformation steps that have been performed on this data set, credit card defaulters. Now it is ready to load it onto these changes, whatever the changes you have done, these changes onto the Power BI desktop. So how we are going to load it onto the Power BI desktop? Common mistakes are, by maybe common mistakes is, they will close it directly. Close in the sense, whatever the changes you have done here in Power Query Editor, it should not be reflected on the Power BI desktop. That means direct close without changing, saving the changes. First, you want to apply it, and maybe later you can try to close it, means you can apply that one. But regularly, what we will do in the sense, in real time, whenever you are trying to perform all the changes, you can try to, while navigating to the Power BI desktop, you can use close and apply button so that the changes will be get added. See here, these many columns will be get removed now. So this is your data set. ID, limit balance, gender, age, defaulters, state, education level, and status. Okay, only one table you can observe here. Is that clear to you, everyone? So these are the data transformation steps that have been performed. Tomorrow, shall we connect? Tomorrow, like 1 hour only, right? Please, we will complete this report development. Tomorrow, please join in tomorrow's session. And also, if you have any queries or else any concerns, please raise your hand, because it's a working session, right? Maybe one volunteer from your end, you have to share your screen and try to develop this report. Okay, one volunteer as per your wish. Okay, you have to share your screen and showcase to me how we are going to do that. I will guide you. Okay, it is not like an examination. I will guide you the process, thorough process. Okay, is that clear to you, everyone? Is that approach works? I'm not recording actually. Recordings you will receive it from the Naresh IT team, administration team. Please join tomorrow. I will complete the remaining activity tomorrow, Sunday. Tomorrow only I'm going to take it. Sunday I'm not going to take it. And basically, I will not take Saturday, Sunday, but we are already in the middle of the report development, right? So that's why I'm taking tomorrow in the middle. So you cannot wait for next day, like Monday, so that you will forget everything. I will take tomorrow. We will complete the remaining report development. Once get completed, any one of you are going to share the screen as a volunteer, just like a volunteering, and try to showcase me the approach. Okay. Same link. You can use the same link to join. Your mail ID is listed here, Gaurav. Is this available here? These are the mail IDs that I have. If it is available, means you can definitely receive the document files. Is this available here? If it's not available, you have to check with Naresh everything, because they are providing these mail IDs to me. So these are my confidential documentations which I'm sharing on daily basis. Sure. Check with them and let me know. Fine. Please try to complete the data transformation steps and be ready on the next report development. If not, tomorrow also, any one volunteer, they are going to share me the process, okay, till the report development. Please join tomorrow's session and let me know. Okay. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day. We'll connect tomorrow.